I'm going to do a few songs and poems here. First, a song called The Wake Up Man. This is the first song that I ever wrote directly to Baba. You can say that he ever wrote through me about him directly. It was quite a surprise when it happened. I was staying with my friend Edward Luck in Myrtle Beach, and he went out to a store for something, and when he came back, this song had materialized, and I played it for him. It was astounding. I didn't know I could write songs. Anyway, The Wake Up Man. Sleep, children, sleep, all quiet in the nursery. Dream, children, dream, the wake-up man is on his way. The little man, all dressed in pink, is entering the nursery. He sees the sleeping children and guards us while we dream. Sleep, children, sleep, all quiet in the nursery. Dream, children, dream, the wake-up man is on his way. Watch him walk, just watch him. His step is very light, and his eyes, see how they twinkle and flash from left to right. Yes, he's just like a cat, so nimble you hardly can believe, and the silent music of his laughter rings out that he'll never leave. And he sees the sleeping children and rocks us while he beams. And when he knows we're ready, he wakes us from our dreams. Sleep, children, sleep, all quiet in the nursery. Dream, children, dream, the wake-up man is on his way. The wake-up man is on his way. Jai Baba. See, just a moment. Next, I have a poem. Some years after a very dramatic experience in which Baba, well, manifested his glory to me, I wrote this poem called The Search. Every morning when I wake up, I wonder when I'll really wake up. It's been years now. Still no sign of really dying and being born. And like a pilgrim in the desert, I keep plodding on, looking for the only non-mirage there is, the city called love. And how do I know this city exists? In answer, my mind takes me back to a small room long ago, and the broad smile of a friend as he told me, God is love, and who God is. And as he spoke and then stopped speaking, his smile went on, and the room filled with a presence, and time and space collapsed completely into love, into which we both disappeared, yet remained. And the sun rose in its glory, and bathed me with its light, and fed me with its honey, and blessed me with its sight. And in the folds within my robe, for a moment I knew truth, as told of since the ancient days, and I'd found eternal youth. And my friends, when I left that room, I sang a different song and searched a different search, for nothing I'd known before could satisfy me. Once time and space had given way to love, like the thinnest membrane parting to reveal the vastest universe inside. And I saw that what I'd known had never been very real, but only stood to mark time as we wind our way to that love uniting all. Jai Baba. This next song is called, at this point it's called MEHER, Lord of Every Realm. There's a little story. Some years ago I wrote verses for Baba's Advent to the song Lord of the Dance, which is very well known in America and perhaps in Australia as well. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. And I put it on a CD, thinking that it was a Christian folk song in the public domain, and later learned that it's actually a copyrighted song. After some correspondence with the lawyers for the authors of the song, I learned that the melody is in the public domain because it's from a Shaker song, which you also may know, is called Simple Gifts. But I wasn't allowed to use the chorus, which is one of perhaps the snappiest, most singable part of the song. But eventually Baba gave me another chorus. So this is now called MEHER, Lord of Every Realm. Here we go. I danced on the day when the world was begun, and I danced in the moon and the stars and the sun. I danced in the heavens and I came down to earth. In Pune town I had my birth. MEHER, Lord of every realm, we dance for you, conductor at the helm, and we turn at your every move, till someday we'll drown in your divine love. I danced for the Emperor Baba John. She gave me her kiss and the world's new age began. Then I danced up to old Upasni too, just a stone's throw away from bringing down all I knew. I danced for the Cosmopet fishermen. They danced with me from beginning to end. And I danced for my long ago boyhood chums. They came with me and the dance went on. MEHER, Lord of every realm, we dance for you, conductor at the helm, and we turn at your every move, till someday we'll drown in your divine love. I danced for the boys of the Prem Ashram. I released my love to them from behind his dam, and I traveled the world laying cables of love down to the earth from my true abode above. I healed the lepers and the musts and the mad. I poured out my love on the good and the bad. I left home and wandered with a small band of friends, living a new life that will never ever end. MEHER, Lord of every realm, we dance for you, conductor at the helm, and we turn at your every move, till someday we'll drown in your divine love. My body was broken and my flesh grew weak, but from behind my eyes divinity did peek. I finished my work 100%, and then as sudden as I came I went. They buried my my body at MEHER by the Lord of the universe lies beneath its sod. But I live in you if you live in me, for I'm still the Lord of the dance, said he. MEHER, Lord of every realm, we dance for you, conductor at the helm, and we turn at your every move, till someday we'll drown in your divine love. One more time. MEHER, the Lord of every realm, we dance for you, conductor at the helm, and we turn at your every move, till someday we'll drown in your divine love. Here comes another poem. This poem is called Honeymoon, and sort of the title sort of previews it enough, I think. Honeymoon. When life was in the pink, and you were food, and I was hungry, and you showed me to your feast, why, the world was pink and laughing, and you were honeycomb, as much as needed to fill my appetite. The real world laughed into this shadow plane like bells, and blew it up like a balloon with laughing gas. You had me escorted by saints and tame lions, and birds sang in 3 languages, and the sun stayed round and cool in the sky all day and night. When life was pink, a quiet miracle was happening. A joke had been told that was met with silent laughter, which grew into a mighty atmosphere of love. The gates of the kingdom had opened then, and you had me escorted inside the gates, oh, my beloved Lord and friend. I remember how you threw your cloak around me, and all life was covered, smiling in pink with only you. Now on the myriad crisscross paths of the famous labyrinth, and the road to you hidden somewhere therein, sun is hot and nights again are long. Longing grows, and the pull of the world. It gets tiresome. You know how tiresome it gets. Won't you take out your brush and pinken things just a dab? Next song is, yes. This is, the pilgrimages I've made to India have seemed to have facilitated songwriting for me. I get inspired there and think, you know, that would be a good idea for a song, and before long, you know, there it is. Not dozens and dozens of times, but it's happened more, I think, than here. So this time I somehow conceived the idea of writing my own personal story, spiritual autobiography in song. And here it is. It's called 20th Century Boy. Sorry. I was a 20th century boy. I did what I thought that I wanted to do. Well, that really isn't true, because the fear was in my veins, and I was running from my pain. I don't know where I would have wound up. It seemed like the game was already up. But MEHER Baba, you came one day. With a wave of your hand, I heard you say, son, all of this is mine, and it will be yours too someday. That was in 1971, such a long, long time ago. A boy bewildered by took him in and you showed him the score. In high school, the only thing that really was fun was sneaking into the rich people's swimming pools. In the middle of the night, it was our only delight. It was the only time I wasn't feeling strangled in school. And in the deep dark water, I would touch my soul, or something like it, at the bottom of the pool. Then the people in their houses would turn on their lights, and my friends and I would panic and we'd run through the night. We'd jump in my convertible and drive all night, west in freedom to the morning light. That was the only way I knew to forget myself, and the rest of the time was just something else. But Meher, Bobby, you smiled at me. You opened my eyes and I started to see how you'd painted the whole world a bright shade of pink, and how who I am is not just who I think. How from the beginning of time there was only you, and you took me home and I saw that was me too. Oh God, what can I say? When I left that room that day, I walked away from everything I knew into the unknown, following you. Now down the corridor of years you've traveled with me, past mountains and valleys I can hardly believe. Well now, Meher, Meher, where are we going to after 49 years of your magic carpet ride? Hey, Baba. This song is called Manhood. I guess I'll tell you the story very briefly behind this. One day, after a Mandalay Hall talk, Erich motioned me over to him, and he said 2 words: become man. And I was, well, you can imagine, a bunch of emotions. But I finally managed to stammer out, you think I can? And then he gave me a big smile and said, I am sure of it. So, so some years later, this poem emerged, Manhood. I am a foundling. My beloved has raised me from a child to a man. Now the mysteries of manhood lie before me. He has crafted the light in which my days run, sunrise and sunset until my end. Magnificent the web of meaning he has spun to tell our story. He has crafted our lives as gifts to him, rushing in rivers of significance down to the ocean of his love. Sweet our journeying dreams down days of measured moons and suns, and poetry of gilded light cut in thickness like cake and sculpted into creation by his loving, sensitive hand. I am glad my master has called me to his castle sublime, his round table, and I may know what most know, and I may live what most know only in legends. And I am glad I responded, for he once planted a resilient seed in the soil of my heart, which will not be satisfied until it has blossomed and earned a place in love's garden. So though I may return time and again to the cities of vacant dreaming, my heart knows a sadness there it cannot quench. City of love, may I never leave you. Heart, may I always be cup-bearer to the beloved, whose chalice, sacred concealed, pours forth love upon all. City of love, in your precincts may I serve my rounds until he calls for the drink that unites us. Baba. This is a little song that began as a poem, and sometime later I noticed that it had a lot of stanzas with rhyming verses in it, so it evolved into this. It's called The Humble Cleaner, it's called. Sort of a country song. A humble cleaner came and knocked upon my door one day. I took the bolt out from the lock and I was glad to say, yes, cleaner, I will let you in. Please wash my house of ancient sin and banish, if you will, the stench of swill from my dark cellar. I showed him to the cellar door and opened it so he could see. The cleaner smiled silently and it appeared he might agree. I said, my house has many rooms, some I've never even seen, but if you'll allow, I'll pick up brooms and help you clean. We worked together quietly and thoroughly and never fast, and as we went from room to room, the years flew past. At last he put his duster down, but I said with a wary frown, I need things shining perfectly. I'm waiting for the guest, you see. He laughed as if I told a joke, unbuttoned and took off his cloak. And friends, I think you know the rest. The humble cleaner was the guest. Well, Jai Baba, and congratulations again. The Avatar set foot in Australia and spent some time there, and his presence will remain eternally. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.